90% of these political parties are not built on ideologies. The reason being that you find who are in APC today, they were the founding fathers of the PDP. And those who are in the PDP, some have been there, have decided to come from the APC. Why I say it's an ideological problem is there is a radical departure from what obtains in the West. A member of the Democratic Party, for example, in the United States, cannot be seen moving to the Republican Party because he was born into this, brought up through this way, and the policy, the tenet, the ideology of Republican Party is embedded in him. So it becomes difficult for, even if he doesn't like the candidate that is being fielded, he sometimes may choose to abstain from voting, but not really defecting to the Democratic Party. Now here, it has become a tourism of a sort. You move from one political party to another without hindrance. I think what the 2025 or 26 Electoral Act Amendment seeks to address is to probably, in the wisdom of the legislature, to curtail such movement. They have made that effort, but I think some of them are actually regretting it because when you find yourself boxed to a corner, you begin to think, I think I have an opportunity to achieve this ambition in that political party. But you had already signed the piece of legislation that there shall be no movement. Thou shall not move. So it's part of the effort to try to establish members of a political party to their own to their own sphere of influence, or to the line of the political party, as the case may be. But it's getting so difficult. It's getting so difficult. Now, sometimes it also has to do with performance. I will give you a case study. I have been a founding member of the PDP right from the inception of this democracy in 1999. I was state secretary. Well, the major bloc that formed the coalition, which became today the People's Democratic Party, the PDM, the People's Front, those who came from the SDP, and of course I was in that fold, in 1998 came together with the G34 to form the PDP, including the UNCP, of course, then. I have all along been in the PDP. Now, why I'm narrating this case study is because I have an experience, and that is why I spoke about performance. I served as a state assembly member and a leader of business for government at that level. And I was at the state, a member of the State Executive Council, having served as a commissioner for agriculture before coming to the Federal House of Representatives, all within the PDP, and proceeded to the Senate, where I served 3 times, I think in the 7th, 8th, and 9th Senate, till 2023. When I left PDP, for the very first time for me, because I've been very critical of those who cross carpet. I have always, even on the floor of the Senate, I've always described them as political tourists. You know, people moving from one party.
You became a tourist for yourself.
I became a tourist myself. I said, let me peep in there and see what is happening there, because I was, you know, so terribly horrified by what was happening in the PDP, in the government at the state, because we came together to form the government, and I saw the level of cries, the level of mournings among the people of the state. So I became, and there was no attempt to address failures of governance. And I, being an activist myself from my early childhood, I do not like to be caged. So I had to leave. Where you speak and no ear, you know, is listening. Nobody seems to be listening to you. And all you will get is persecution. So I left.